What's up, you guys? As you can see, Veronica has dreads. She started her lock journey and she got them braided back in like French braids the day before, but I just wanted to make sure that the wig would lay really flat on top of the dreads. So I just sewed them down a little more to see if I could get them even flatter than what they already were. And when I got that done, I just applied some gel to her hairline to make sure that her real edges were out of the way before I put on her cap and before I applied glue to her skin. So next I put on a cap, and of course, like I do in every video, I cut out the ears. Well, yeah, I cut out the ears to make sure that the cap was laying flat. And when I got the cap on, I started using the Ericka J adhesive in order to mold the cap down. I like to use popsicle sticks in order to thin out the layer of glue that I just applied. Thin out that layer, even out that layer so that it can dry clear. And I applied this glue to the entire hairline. I also put it on the spots right above the ears just so that this cap could be flat at that spot right above the ears as well. And when the glue dried clear, then I took her foundation shade and I blended that all over the cap in order to match her skin tone. Next, I cut off the excess cap from in front of her hairline, and I just used the excess, whatever that I cut off from the front, I used that to just tie a knot in the back, and then I just tuck it under the cap instead of just cutting it off all the way. I saw it on TikTok, so I do that now. And then I applied that same foundation shade underneath the lace. This wig is from my hairline. All the details will be in the description box. And before I apply the layers of glue to her skin, I just clean her skin off with some witch hazel to make sure all the makeup and all the oil is off of her skin. And I'm using the Walker tape adhesive. As you can see, it's very tacky. So applying it directly from the applicator is going to leave it clunky and it's going to seep through the lace, and you'll be able to see it when you put your wig on. So you still want to go back in with the popsicle stick and even out that layer and thin out that layer of glue that you applied before you actually put the wig down, because you don't want it to look gunky and messy when you actually put your wig on. So I do apply about 3 to 4 layers of this glue to her skin because she's going on vacation. I don't know what she's gonna be doing, so I don't want this wig to slide off because she's not gonna know how to put it back on, how to fix it. So I applied 3 to 4 layers of glue, and then I got the wig and I applied the hairline of the wig directly on the layer of glue on one side, pressed it in with a comb, gently had her hold on to that side, and then proceeded to the next side and put in the beginning of the hairline of the next side on that layer of glue as well. And I still go ahead with the back of my comb, or you can use your fingers, and you just want to press it into the layer of glue, making sure that it's really like melting in there before you tie it down with a piece of fabric like this. Mine has makeup all over it, but that's cool. And when you take the fabric off, it should look something like this. So now I'm cutting off the excess lace from on top of her ears and from around the perimeter of her forehead. When I cut the lace from her hairline, I like to go in a zigzag motion because it makes the wig look more natural instead of just cutting it straight across. There were still some pieces of lace that weren't laying down, so I'm just adding some glue underneath those spots. And while one section dries clear, I go ahead and add some more glue to another section that I notice also needs to be laid down. And when all of the glue has dried clear, I just take the back of my comb and I press it into the layers of glue that I just added. Next, I started parting out her sideburns and her baby hair. And once I have the baby hair that I want to use out, I took my hot comb and I hot combed the rest of the hair that's going to be in the ponytail going backwards, just making sure that they are separated and everything is in the place that it's supposed to be in. I also want to mention that this wig was plucked and bleached off camera. I do have videos showing you guys how I do that though, so if you're interested in knowing, definitely check out the other videos on my channel for more detailed videos as far as lace customization. So after I have my baby hair out of the way, parted out, I take my Got To Be Free spray and I basically spray the entire hairline just for like another layer of reinforcements, and I tie that down and allow it to blow dry for about 10 minutes so it could really melt into the skin. This is also an HD lace that I'm working with. HD lace is pretty easy to work with because it melts so easily, but I would still take the same steps had I been using regular lace or transparent lace. So after I took the band off, sometimes the Got To Be could like make the hair crunchy, so I'm just combing out the hair, making sure that it looks soft and not so hard because of that spray that I just used. And I took the excess makeup that was on the brush and I just applied it behind the baby hair and on her hairline, just to make sure that everything really like looked like it was coming out of the scalp. Next, I started to curl the baby hair. I have a video where I showed you guys the Ericka J install video. This is when I started curling baby hair. It just makes it so much easier to mold. And then after I curl them, I cut them in like a slant so that the hair goes from shortest to longest, and that'll also make it easier for you to swoop your baby hair. And even though I said this wig was previously plucked, I just plucked a little bit more before I actually styled everything. And then I used mousse. I went back to using mousse, y'all, to mold the baby hair. I was using hairspray for a while, but I just really like mousse. Mousse makes it look better in my opinion. And mousse is better for people who won't know how to maintain their baby hair once it messes up, because I feel like it lasts longer. But yeah, I have a full tutorial explaining on how you do baby hair, so I'm not really going into detail on this one. But when I was done getting the baby hair how I wanted them, I put that band back on and I allowed that to blow dry for about 10 minutes. So while she's blow drying the front of her hair, I'm parting out the hair that's going to be up in the ponytail, and I made sure to leave some hair to cover the tracks in the back. So for the hair that's covering the tracks in the back, I grabbed my wax stick and I applied wax to it, and I also used my hot comb to really mold that hair onto the track so it looks more realistic. And then I wanted like some random pieces of hair falling on her forehead other than the baby hair, so I parted out some random pieces of hair and then I curled them because I wanted them to be like little curly random strands of hair. I saw it on Instagram, some hair inspo, and I thought it was really cute, so I curled them the same way I curled my baby hair, and then I cut them shorter because they'll just look real stupid if I left them long like that. They have to be shorter, and it creates like sort of like a messy look. It's just really cute, and I thought we should try it, so that's what I did. And next I am going to style the ponytail. I'm using this hairspray, this Sebastian hairspray. It's a lightweight holding spray, so it doesn't make the hair crunchy, but it does make it easier for me to mold this ponytail and for me to really make sure that the ponytail is neat and that no strands of hair are like flying away. And basically I just got that together and I put it in a ponytail, and pretty much that was it for this style, except I took out a piece of random hair from the back of the ponytail in order to conceal the rubber band. If you don't mind the rubber band, you can leave it like that, but I wanted it to look a little more put together and I wanted her ponytail to sit higher, so I applied Got To Be spray on the whole piece of hair that I pulled out, and then I just wrap it around the rubber band. I apply a little bit more Got To Be spray on it for extra hold, and I had her hold the blow dryer to it while it dried, and that would just stay there for days and days and days and it won't unravel. And that's pretty much it on how I created this look for her. This is a Deepwave wig with HD lace, 26 inches from my hairline. I'll leave all the info in the description box along with a discount code if you guys want to shop. But we're going to move on to the makeup. So the first step that I took with her makeup was applying some moisturizer to her skin, and I'm using the Cetaphil moisturizer. I applied it everywhere except for her eyelids and her eyebrows. Next, I applied some translucent powder to her eyebrows to take the oil out of them before I filled them in. I really didn't do much filling them in. Y'all know I do not like perfectly filled in Instagram brows anymore. And she already has really nice brows, so there's not much I had to do to them. And then I cleaned them up with some concealer. I'm using this same concealer as my eyeshadow primer, so I just took this shade and I dragged it down to the rest of her eyelids. I blended it out to get ready for the eyeshadow. I started off by using this brown color in her crease, blending it out in her crease, and I also took the same color and I started blending it upwards towards the front of the brows, as well as starting like the foundation for the nose contour. So I didn't go down the whole bridge of the nose with this color, but I started in the area where you would start your nose contour, and I blended that color into the crease, up into the brows, starting the nose contour, if that makes sense. And then I went in with a deeper shade in the same palette. I only used 2 colors for this whole look, and I put it right on top of that brown as well as on the entire eyelids. So after I did both eyes, I went ahead and blended foundation into her skin. After I got the foundation on, I just popped on some lashes. These lashes are from my brand as well. They're called Miyoko. And after I got the lashes on, I applied concealer underneath her eyes, down the bridge of her nose, her forehead, and her chin. And I blended all of that out with a brush. Next, I took my foundation stick in a darker shade and I used it to contour her cheekbones, her forehead, as well as the sides of her nose, and I blended all of that out. To make sure that the concealer and the foundation were blended before I set the face with powder, I just went back in with my brushes to make sure that everything else was working together how it was supposed to. And I took my Laura Mercier setting powder and I set underneath her eyes with the same brush that I used to blend out the concealer. I also set the forehead and the chin and down the center of her nose with this powder. This video is moving really fast, but I have other videos on my page that are very detailed, so you should go watch them if you want like more detail. So next I'm setting her foundation with a pressed powder from MAC, and I also use this same pressed powder to set her nose contour. Now I'm powder contouring her cheekbones as well as her jawline. I did add some to her forehead as well off camera, and then I went in with like a orangey peachy blush for her cheeks. This is going to create a really bronzy look for her. To clean up the contour, I'm just using that same setting powder and the same brush to sharpen that up, and then I dust everything away. This is going to make sure that the whole face is blending in together and that nothing looks ashy or white. Now I'm just adding some highlighting powder to the highest points of her cheekbones as well as to her nose. To finish off her eyes, I used black eyeliner. I smudged that black liner out, and then I blended in both of the shades that I added on top of her eyelids, under her eyes as well, to create like a smoky look. And I'm lining her lips right now. I love this lip liner. It's in my description box. I love this brown color, and I'm adding a really nude shade in the center of her lips and topping it off with too much clear gloss. That's the only way to go. Just put too much and you're gonna look real good. I sprayed her face off camera with setting spray, but this is the final look. I hope you guys really enjoyed this transformation video. Don't forget, the details of this wig and everything that I use in this video are in my description box. I also left a discount code if you guys want to shop my brand. Thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel, and I'll talk to you next time.